Let's discuss now with Tom Borelli, the Newsmax insider and contributor, America's Voice News, and Nan Hayworth as well. She's the Independent Women's Forum and former GOP Congresswoman for New York's 19th Congressional District. Thanks to the both of you for being here. Wait, what? He's not going to accept election results. Didn't this happen in 2016 with a certain party? Nan, I'll start with you.
Yes, Heidi, and that party has never gotten over it. Not only that, Heidi, but as we know, the evidence just keeps developing ever more definitively that it was that party and their president, Barack Obama's DOJ and FBI, who sought assiduously to compromise then candidate Trump and even President-elect and President Trump. Terrible things. So, you know, the left always projects, Heidi. So when Mr. Zakaria expresses this kind of alarm or concern, he comes at it from a position of knowledge. And if you look at what the Democrats are espousing in terms of all mail-in balloting, ballot harvesting, which is deeply dubious, and no voter ID. You know, we've seen it, Heidi, on both sides of the aisle. Evidence of fraud in mail-in ballots in various forms. Right. So it's not just a Democratic problem on that side, but they're the only ones who want to facilitate fraud effectively. And that's what we should really be concerned about, because President Trump is right. That could definitely throw the results of an election into deep question. And we should all be concerned about that.
Yeah, we thought hanging chads were bad, huh? Remember that?
Right. Yes.
Tom, what's your take on this? I just found it to be kind of a very interesting question that we're going to project forward and then automatically assume that President Trump would reject these election results.
Well, in a lot of ways, it's not surprising, because the anti-Trump media will do anything really to harm President Trump and his image with the American people. But there are, as Nan said, there are legitimate concerns about mail-in voting. Look what's happening in the New York primary between Carolyn Maloney and I think a Mr. Pertel. There was 65,000 mail-in ballots. I think something like 12,000 were thrown out, and we still don't have a winner. So that's a template of what can go wrong. But the American people, I believe, are going to vote in President Trump. I'm confident President Trump will win, because this coming election is a stark choice. You can go for an America First agenda with President Trump, or you could go for the empty suit Joe Biden, who is really being run by the extreme leftists. That means Representative Ocasio-Cortez and Senator Bernie Sanders. Yeah. It's their agenda. He's just the figure.
Right. Understood. Nan, you kind of mentioned this already, but I want to get to this as well. This new document that is showing the FBI may have used Trump's candidate briefing to advance this Russia probe. Tell me a little bit more what you know about this newly declassified documents that we're talking about here. Yes. Very interesting. More about the president being a Russian spy.
Right. Right. Well, Heidi, this was the candidate briefing that then candidate Trump received in August of 2016. And the agents who were there, the FBI agents who were there, have also been implicated in, of course, the Operation Crossfire hurricane. Peter Strzok was instrumental in this interview and in the report. And it seems clear from the accounts that are developing that, again, you know, this briefing was used to try to determine what then candidate Trump and Chris Christie, who was then his, going to be his chief of staff, and also General Flynn, what their connections were with Russia, what they knew about Russia. Certainly, the report in Politico today doesn't indicate that it doesn't sound as though then candidate Trump had any intimate connections with Russia. He certainly asked appropriate questions about Russia's capabilities. But we know that at the time, the FBI and the DOJ and the Obama administration were already working in a concerted effort. And in fact, they asked that counterintelligence be involved in briefings going forward. Peter Strzok asked for that. Why would they need counterintelligence involved?
No idea. Tom, quickly, I'm going to let you wrap this up. You think this is actually going to get any play in the media if there is new evidence that may show that our president, once again, is not colluding with Russia?
Well, the facts, Heidi, the facts really show that it was the Obama, Biden, Justice Department and FBI that had an agenda, and that was to remove President Trump and make sure he didn't get elected. They were 0 for 2 on both. And now all the truth is coming out so many years afterwards, and it's really concerning for all Americans. It should be headline news. Just imagine if former President Bush tried to do that to incoming Barack Obama. It would have been news all over the place. Republicans would have been voted out one after the other. This is a concern. Obama, Biden, a part of all this, and it really needs to be addressed in this coming election. And I hope the American people are watching Newsmax so they can get this information.
Hey, you took the words out of my mouth. That's exactly what I was going to say. We're going to keep covering it here and follow it every day because obviously some of these headlines are